Hello. It's 6 o'clock in secular post-Catholic Ireland, and you're very welcome to Una Mullally and Panty Bliss's Mindfulness Minute. You are like literally floating down a river. You have blocked all of your ideological opponents on Twitter and reported them to their places of work for showing suboptimal levels of kindness, empathy, and or compassion. Chickpea and quinoa-based cuisine gently ferment in your large intestine. Deep in contemplation, you realize that if there was a God, they would declare their pronouns and be at the frontier of advocacy and allyship in online spaces. All is well in South County Dublin.
Stay at home or you will be shot in the street and left to die like a rabid dog. So says Taoiseach Micheál Martin. It's the 6-1.
He's a voice for all of us, for the locked out youths, the ordinary, the overlooked, the oppressed and those vulnerable and forgotten. A voice that does not stutter or equivocate, that is assured and steadied by earnest reflection, married with experience that begets conviction, laden with compassion, fairness, strength and empathy and ferocious.
Look at this guy.
Oh man.
Oh, this is high faggotry. Just that face.
Yeah, look, he's just
Oh yeah, right there, right in that, yeah. Right in the prostate. Just fuck off, like. How does he have the balls to walk around the streets? And I looked at some of his other work to say if this was an anomaly, but it's not. It's the same thing. It's like everything is like, yeah, man, I feel things differently. Yeah, fuck off, go rob a car or something. Do something fucking respectful. And this fucking horseshit ode to the '60s fucking poetry. Piss off.
Always trying to recapture the spirit of the one and only Paradise Garage. When poppers were passed around like party favors, you could find Boy George and Grace Jones trading their dance moves, and Larry Levan ruled the dance floor like a benevolent dictator. Last night a DJ saved my life.
compassion, fairness, strength and empathy embodying the ferocious softness.
There we go. The ferocious softness. Fuck off! There's no such thing as ferocious softness. Even in poetry. It's embarrassing. Drown yourself. Be a real fucking poet. You should have, obviously you have mental issues. Lean
into them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not this shit. Go off to the Aran Islands or something for a couple of fucking months. Around September, August, September, take a shitload of fucking mushrooms, reevaluate everything in your life. And then if you ever produce another fucking ode to a politician like this, kill yourself. Even his teeth are too perfect. Look at that. That's something
perfectly level. What the fuck? How
that's not Irish.
Happen?
That's not an Irish pair of teeth. That's no working class pair of teeth. Come on, man. And look at perfect complexion, little bit of acne, too polished. This is an NGO poet. This is what happens with people. And the guy obviously has some talent, right? Because I listened to the poem a few times. As it goes, it's not a bad poem. It's got good structure. He's performative wise, he's okay. Take away the cringe. I could see how he could become successful in the land of RTE. And they try this every fucking year or two with some working class sink estate guy. It was the other guy. Remember, 2 years ago, they had the guy on doing the rap about the diversity and inclusion rap, and it was
In the pretty green oil of Erin, there's a cloud over some of our towns. In the land of 1,000 welcomes, racism still coming down. From the top to the bottom, the system is still rotten, and the euro rules the roost. We got men and women in direct provision and the living conditions abused.
and it was
That's the guy that killed someone?
Yes, it was. They didn't do their due diligence. But this is what they do. This is what a lot of these NGOs do. They find champions, is what they're called. So they go in to these areas. And the same with Natasha. Natasha is another champion. So what they do, they find people who have first-hand experience of being a victim of X, Y, or Z, or they've suffered oppression or deprivation, then they bring them into the fold, and they groom them, and they educate them, and they reprogram them, and then they send them out to the world like this on RTE to say, this is the authentic voice of inner city Dublin. And it's not. It's simply not. This is a representation of upper middle class progressive Ireland. And when they say they want to eradicate poverty, this is what they mean. It's usually one of two things. It's like, let's get rid of the poor altogether, or let's turn them into us, but they can keep their accents. And that's what this is. This is, progressive, working class guy, which makes me want to fucking vomit.
Unrealised yet, but just within reach, to be guided to by guardians whose voice speaks not of hate or of fears, but of truth and integrity, to bring the vision to bloom in actuality so that all of the peoples of our lands can know inclusion and prosperity, and she is a voice for humanity.
I've never heard of this. Like, I've never seen this level of rim licking in my entire life. It's like, this is, Mother Teresa. Look at the picture, for Christ's sake. Like this saintly goddess in the background, like, and she is a voice for humanity. She is an angel from the heavens sent to the peoples of Ireland.
I'm beginning to even question whether he wrote this.
I don't fucking know, man. Well, again, he's going to have, I'll tell you what, right? Part of this grooming that takes part in NGO land is they take someone with talent, and then they support them financially. So there's grants given. So what they'll do with this guy is they will pair him up with mentors. So he will be given access to established poets.
I want to wake up to that smell next to me, that and freshly pressed New Yorkers, and moleskin covers, and sweaty yoga mats.
See, the truth is,
I'm a snow queen.
I just have this thing.
For white people. Can't help it. It's the way they eat steak for dinner. I know I'm a vegetarian, but I would make exceptions.
I've heard that white men have huge
empires.
I've heard they're really good at
gentrification.
Anyway, this is a young guy with a young mind, like, so very fucking impressionable, even as an older person, to then be, given access to all these upper echelon figures in the country. And it's not just poetry, like it will be art, or if somebody has a gift for finance or whatever it is. They're given mentorships. And that's what a lot of these like private NGO funders do, like we say, the Soros Foundation and the Atlantic Philanthropy Fund and all these kind of funds. That's what a lot of their money goes into.
They will demand justice and accountability for all of the oppressed peoples around the globe, knowing that precisely because of our past and history, it is indeed our duty now to speak for those who are silenced and stepped on.
It's not. It's not our duty to speak for the world. We can't. I can't speak for the guy next door. I can speak for me. As a country, what, is this a Catholic thing, is it? It does seem to be prevalent in a lot of Catholic countries, isn't it? This kind of advocating. I know there's nothing wrong with advocating for the poor. I believe Jesus was all for it. But at a certain point in time, it becomes like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you, it's noble to sacrifice yourself for somebody else. To sacrifice your entire country or other people for your beliefs is not fucking okay. But it seems particularly prevalent in Ireland, Spain, Italy, and Portugal. Again, the same countries, like the pigs from the Celtic Tiger crash. It seems to be this, I don't know if it's a coincidence, if it's just a correlation or a causation, that these traditional Catholic countries are enamored with saving the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when it gets to the stage of like, okay, well, we're willing to sacrifice our entire country. We're willing to give over our land to help save these people. And in the meantime, like, what do you get in return? Nothing.
Like your SPF level is 9,000.
Like, what?
It just turns me on.
Like, I would love to cuddle in the ugliest sweaters with you, and listen to David Sedaris, and plan our future lives together. We can rent one apartment in Brooklyn, and the other in the Mission, and stare at the same chase-shaped constellations together at nighttime. I want you to pick me up on the way back from your unpaid internship. I want to jam in your Prius to your hip-hop. I want you to tell me more about your gap year.
I want to map the lines on your palms to the lines you drew in Africa.
Nothing.
I want to get my knee.
Really, like they don't meld into the greater culture. It doesn't fucking happen. It hasn't happened anywhere. You're just creating a state of intertribal warfare for the next couple of generations. And you think people will give out now about boomers and Xers, or let's see how Generation Alpha will feel when they inherit this shit.
Yeah.
And how it looks.
Nothing.
Yeah, and if you're going to moan about the boomers and the Xers and the millennials and the Zoomers, well then, just think about what you're leaving now.
Yeah, you make a good point. There's going to be a lot of fucking anger, and just as a side note, completely, let's say unconnected, completely altogether unconnected. What's really popular these days on Instagram and TikTok is Hitler memes. Might want to fucking think about that for a minute and reevaluate your fucking actions. Something occurred to me over the week, right? I'd love to remember that guy's channel name. He's ASMR history.
Oh, yeah.
For an hour, he'll read about a certain aspect of particularly medieval history.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's got this lovely English accent about him, and he has a bit of a, he goes off on little kind of digressions even about himself. It's cool, Got a weird parasocial relationship with him now. But he was talking about merchants in medieval times.
Okay.
Europe and beyond. And, he was describing how different countries dealt with merchants, because, you have these people traveling thousands and thousands of miles to bring silk to Europe, to bring I don't know what
Spices. Yes.
Well, Europe was exporting wool or something like that. But
measles and pink cough.
You had to have places for these people to rest. So they would build caravansaries, and even like towns, whole cities got built to house temporarily these people as they're going along the Silk Road or what have you. And this is the only time you have multiculturalism that works, right? Is the only time you can have a church here, and then 2 minutes up the road a mosque, and then 2 minutes down the road you have a Buddhist temple, right? It's the only way that happens is because everyone's making money, and it's in everyone's best interests to just get along with each other and be at peace, because there's this guy, the local king, and he has a fucking army, and he'll fucking kill you, because if you start shit, you're fucking with his money.